Hello and welcome to Vault Holocron. I'm Jonathan and today we will be discussing the amazing Jedi Master Aayla Secura. Aayla Secura was a twi'lek from the outer rim planet of Ryloth. She was introduced in Attack of the Clones and returned in Revenge of the Sith and multiple other Star Wars media. Anyway, here's why Aayla Secura deserves more credit. First, I'm going into how Aayla Secura was an amazing example to other Jedi. As we all know, a very good Jedi is without attachment, as to not let their feelings get in the way. This is more complicated than it sounds though, with Jedi working closely together, like in the case of Masters and Padawans, and working with and for the people around them in order to keep them safe. In the Clone Wars, Ahsoka showed her issues with attachment, caring for her master Anakin, and how she struggled with the idea of Jedi needing to be compassionate, but not form any sort of bonds, and Aayla Secura picked up on this. This is when Aayla Secura revealed that she too had formed an attachment as a Padawan, getting close to Quinlan Vos, and that she realised that for the greater good, she had to let him go. This was a great example to set, showing Ahsoka that although difficult, reducing and removing attachment is possible, as she had done it herself. I would also like to mention that she told Ahsoka that her attachment was nothing to be ashamed of, aiding her further. Later, Aayla Secura also showed her greatness as a role model when talking with Twi'lek Car. She was questioned about the war and the Jedi's inclusion in it, as fighting wars was not very peaceful, but Aayla Secura showed that she still held on to the peacekeeping way, not having been drawn to conflict by the war, telling Twi'lek Car that she believed that the Jedi had no intentions to start conflict, but only to restore peace. The war was a difficult time for the Jedi, where the morals were questioned, and it was easier than ever to lose focus and slip into being a soldier, but Aayla Secura showed that she was still concentrated on peace. So before I mentioned that Aayla Secura trained under Quinlan Vos, well, I believe that Vos's power suggests that Ayla herself was quite powerful. Quinlan Vos, while not a very traditional Jedi, I believe was quite powerful. This is because, despite us not seeing much of him fighting in the Clone Wars, he did fight side by side with Kenobi against Bane. In this fight, he's shown to be on a similar level to Kenobi, with both of them each dealing and taking heavy hits. Due to them appearing to be relatively evenly skilled, and the knowledge that Obi-Wan was a powerful Jedi, which had fought many powerful opponents, surviving each battle, I'd say that Vos was a powerful Jedi, and therefore it would seem logical that he would be able to raise Aayla Secura into being a powerful Jedi as well. I understand that Cad Bane was an unusual opponent, being a bounty hunter and also using jets to fly, so you can argue that Vos only appeared to be similar in power to Kenobi, but Jedi had to be ready for any form of threat, so I'd still say that he was quite similar on power. More support for Aayla Secura's power comes from the fact that she was a Jedi Master. Becoming a Jedi Master was no easy feat, with years of hard work and dedication required, and many Jedi did not reach it. This means that any Jedi who have become Jedi Masters must be quite powerful, as they have met the difficult requirements for being a Master, and this suggests that Jedi Master Aayla Secura must have been quite powerful. We all know how powerful Anakin was, being the Chosen One, yet he didn't hit this rank, so Aayla Secura must have been a pretty good Jedi to have made it this far. As we all know, the Battle of Geonosis was a massive battle, with hundreds of troops and many casualties. Every available Jedi flew out to Geonosis to fight in the Patranaki arena to fight off the Confederacy of Independent Systems and save Kenobi, Padme and Anakin, but the Jedi were still outnumbered, fighting against an army of battle droids and Geonosians, while not yet having their clone army with them to aid them. This meant that many Jedi died, and that there were great losses, with even the Jedi Council member Coleman Trebor dying in the fight. But Aayla Secura, through the madness and danger, managed to survive long enough to be saved by Yoda and the clones, showing her worth as a Jedi. This was a brutal battle, but despite that, Secura was strong enough to fight it, and live long enough to fight the upcoming war. I think we can all agree that saving lives is something a person deserves respect for, and Aayla Secura has done just that. Now I know what you're thinking, tons of Jedi have saved lives, why mention it for Secura? Well, Secura saved 2 Jedi and a group of clones from crashing into a star, which isn't necessarily easy, especially when your ship is damaged. Aayla Secura took control in the disaster to make sure that as many people as possible came out safely. This was especially difficult, as Anakin was under medical support in the back of the ship, and she required the power to be briefly shut off, risking his life. After the brief shutting off of the power, the team managed to steer past the star and survive, although crashing onto a planet, with Secura being successful and saving the team with her quick thinking. This is clear evidence to show why she deserves credit. Also, I'd like to mention that she got the power on in time so that Anakin also survived the danger. If you thought that Aayla Secura's previous actions were great, then the story that followed should be even greater evidence for her greatness. In the Clone Wars, there was a clear divide, where the Separatists and Republic fought each other, but the conflict wasn't that simple, as neutral planets still had to endure the effects of the war. This was very extreme on Maradon, where the native Lurmen were chosen to be test victims of a deadly bomb, designed to kill humans but not droids. This bomb was very powerful, and would have killed the entire village, but Secura, Ahsoka, Anakin, and some clones were there to fight off the incoming attack, and balance the scales. The Lurmen couldn't defend themselves, and didn't wish to either, due to focusing on pure peace, but Secura and the group devised a plan to use stolen Separatist gear to defend the village, so that they could fight off the attackers. This defense worked, and Secura's efforts, along with her team, saved the lives and future of the vulnerable Lurmen. This shows that Secura clearly deserves to be respected, as she literally helped to save an entire village of innocents. In the Clone Wars, we were shown the Zillo Beast, a huge creature who was very powerful, and could shrug off most weapons. In its arc, it broke free onto the cityscape of Coruscant, destroying everything in its path, and coming for the Jedi Temple. In this situation, it'd be very brave for someone to run headfirst into battle to fight the beast, even for a Jedi, but alongside Yoda, that's what Secura did. Her and Yoda's job was to distract the beast, in order to save the Chancellor and other lives, and they did this by jumping onto the Zillo Beast's back and dragging their lightsabers along it. This did basically nothing to the beast, which had lightsaber protected scales, and Secura and Yoda realised that they were not having any effect, but they still fought on until it was time to leave, with gas bombs being shot at the Zillo Beast, which it died to due to the gas being poisonous to it. Secura, putting herself in harm's way to distract a beast she had no power against, was a very brave move, and a testament to her courage and will. In the Clone Wars, D-Squad was formed, made up of various droids who went on an important mission for the Republic. In this team was the droid QT-KT, a pink astromech droid who for the mission was upgraded to have a controlled super magnet that she could use. This droid was owned by none other than Aayla Secura, who despite owning the QT herself, gave up the droid for a while for the good of the Republic and the important mission. Aayla Secura was thinking selflessly and saw the importance in D-Squad's mission, and despite having to give up her droid for a while, still put it up for the mission for the good of the Republic. So I think we can all agree that Maul is powerful, and I'm sure we can all agree that Dooku is powerful. But more powerful than that is Maul and Dooku working together, while also being aided by Mandalorians. And this is what Aayla Secura went to face in a battle in the Clone Wars. Kenobi, Tipley, Windu and Secura boarded a ship containing Maul and Dooku, who had just previously chosen to work together. Although unknown to Maul, Dooku's allegiances still lied with Sidious, and were in for a big fight. Both Maul and Dooku were ready to fight them, and it was a chaotic and difficult battle, with very powerful warriors involved. However, Aayla Secura made it out of the battle alive, helping in the effort of forcing Maul and Dooku to flee. Tipley wasn't so lucky though, falling to the sheer power of Dooku and Maul and showing how difficult this battle was. Aayla Secura must have been quite powerful to have survived this fight, and this is a clear show of her strength. Finally, I'm going to mention Aayla Secura's role in the Rise of Skywalker. In the Battle of Exegol, Rey called out to the Jedi of the past, with her "Be with me" line, and in this scene we heard many Jedi answer the call. Aayla Secura was one of them Jedi, saying the line,
"Let it guide you."
This shows that even after death, Secura was helping to save the galaxy, giving Rey the strength she needed to fight Palpatine, along with other Jedi of the past. I'd also like to mention that her inclusion in this scene shows that she deserves credit, as the writers chose her as one of the 11 Jedi to speak to Rey. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you respect Aayla Secura more, and we hope to see you later at Vault Holocron.